Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's WCTV Game of the Week. Paul Brees and Matt Hill here at Brentwood High School, where the Gallatin Green Wave come to town against the Brentwood Bruins in a non-district matchup. Matt and the Brentwood Bruins are looking good, 5-0, and they face a 2-3 Gallatin Green Wave looking for a win.
I think they're going to be hard-pressed to find it here tonight. Brentwood is firing on all cylinders, and there's the kickoff.
Well, it is a nice, cool, little wind to keep things honest, and the kick goes into the end zone, and the Green Wave will start at the 20-yard line. And the starting lineup for the Gallatin Green Wave on offense.
Gallatin will start first and 10 at their 20.
Well, we'll take a look at that here, maybe after the next play. So, Julian Metter, the quarterback, will be the key to this whole Green Wave, and it is going to be a possible fast game, Matt. Both teams like to run the ball, and there's a big rush by number 27, Caleb Robb.
That was a nice way to start off the game. You know, this Brentwood defense has been shutting people out, not just shutting them down, shutting them out. And there's your Green Wave starters.
Oh, there's Metter, Bailey, Franklin, Williams, Harper, Barr, Harrison, Caleb Robb, who just got the first carry, and up front, Pryor again, Kenyon, DeBow, and Mays. And so it's going to bring up 2nd and 2. As the quick handoff going to be close, and it's going to give the Gallatin Green Wave a first down, Matt.
Yeah, and I think they definitely picked it up. I like the quick hitter to the inside, and here we have our Brentwood starters.
Well, there's Mayer, Zedek, Martinez, Colton, Mulaney, Lee, Red, Hall, England, Adam Thedford, keep your eye on him, and Gariano. So multiple formations by Gallatin, but it's going to be ground and pound, and there's 87, Matt, for the Bruins on the stop.
Yeah, and you know, Gallatin looked pretty good early, man, and I know it's still early overall, running the ball, but right there they allowed a lot of penetration off the edge. The big tackle, number 64, allowed some penetration, and Jack Mayer comes in with the big tackle. Lost about a yard, brings up 2nd and long, and it's definitely not the situation this Gallatin Green Wave offense wants to get into. They got to be make positive yards on first down, do not get themselves in bad position here.
And there's the toss sweep,
oh,
and
wow.
that is going to be mishandled.
A lot of confusion to start that play off. They had a guy line up on the wrong side, barely got over there before the ball was snapped. And then a bad pitch makes a bad situation even worse, and you're looking at 3rd and about 20 yards.
Well, they had a quick 2 carries for a first down. Have gone backwards ever since. Jordan Harper just couldn't reel in the toss sweep right there. And that is going to bring 3rd and 20 from the 21 with about 10 minutes.
A lot of movement by this offense early.
First empty backfield set, and the lefty going to throw it
up, wow.
Tipped twice, and incomplete.
I think that was a good idea, though, to throw the short pass. I don't think that they had illusions of picking up a first down here, just kind of hoping to pick up something, maybe break it if they get it. But this Brentwood defense just is swarming. We got a flag down now.
We're going to have 2 flags down, Matt. It's probably going to be declined on the Green Wave. We'll see here, but
yeah, and you can see Brentwood's defense already running off the field. Special teams coming back on.
It looked like it was an ineligible receiver. Now, let's take, the Gallatin Green Wave, Matt, very traditionally based power football team for years and years. Last year went 10-2, actually beat Brentwood High 31-24 last year at Gallatin, and lost in the quarterfinals of the playoffs. And they have a new coach, as Robert Lassiter, the old coach, is retired and moved on, and now Coach Williams is taking over for Gallatin, and there's a nice kick, and a return is going to be plenty. And there's Marsalis, and he is going to take it for about a 4 or 5, Matt. What do you think about that return?
I like that. You know, it's only 4 or 5 yards. He didn't mess around. He saw he was boxed in. Instead of running around and losing yards, he just popped it up, picked up what he could get.
Well, you're going to see a lot of running backs on here. Martinez, Shumpert, White, Caldwell, Beasley, Meehan, and then Ben Green, the guy that really gets the bulk of the carries, and the guys up front make it all happen. Morris, Pickard, Zimmerman, Woods, Teichman, and Mayer.
Yeah, this offensive line is the key to the whole ball of wax here. And you see, when you see a whole offensive line get down in 4-point stance, you know they're going to be rocking off that ball.
Well, there's Ben Green, and he is not scared to go between the tackles, Matt.
No, and you know he is the type of guy that gets north and south. He does not play games. He sees a hole, he hits it, and he gets what he can get. And every now and then he pops one for some nice yards.
Well, here's a Gallatin Green Wave defense that's been chewed up the last 2 weeks. Widner, Williams, Dalton, League, DeBow, Rogan, Pryor, Smith, DeBow, Mays, and Bailey. And they have been outscored 85-21 the last 2 weeks. So the inside counter by number 3, Martinez. Now, Matt, let me just give you a little reference to the running game of Brentwood High. They 292 yards a game. They averaged over 400 yards total offense per game, and we've had, at least I know of, 3 running clock games of the 5. So they're getting the bulk of the yards quick and early.
Yeah, they're not here to mess around. And, you know, just like I said, you see them down at 4-point stance, you know what's happening.
And there's a nice keeper by Winfrey, the quarterback, to pick up the first down.
Yeah, I didn't even think Winfrey had the ball. I was completely fooled right there. I thought that was going right up to get to the fullback. And, you know, you got a lot of movement looking at this offense, you know, kind of old-style offense, but it's very effective here in the high school.
Well, Matt, unconventional stance by the offensive lineman. You talked about the 4-point stance, but their splits are so tight that it really makes it difficult.
You know, and generally, at least, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert. I like that play right there. Little kind of reverse-looking thing happening. When I was in high school and middle school and things like, and even in college, you know, we had our splits spread out a little bit, especially like in a draw or something like that, or when we run and play, we're trying to spread the defense out a little bit. Right. Here we're seeing the exact opposite thing, but it's working for them.
Well, and the one thing Brentwood does, they want to keep their offense on the field as much as possible. You know, they're 5-0.
Yeah, it's almost like a running clock. You talked about them having a running clock. Even if they don't get up by 35 here, running the ball like this and they just milk as much clock, and you got to like that right there. He's got him wide. Oh, excellent play by number 1.
Well, it looks like he underthrew Shumpert, but number 1, Skylar Bailey.
Yeah, he did overthrow Shumpert, throw Shumpert a little bit. The ball still would have got there. Baylor would not have got up and made the play. Bailey was not. He was fooled initially, but with the underthrow, Bailey was able to make up ground and get up and do a good job of getting a hand on the ball and stop that from being a touchdown.
Well, Matt, you really suck the defense in with the run.
Yeah.
And then the deep throw right there, you can really get things going. But so that's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Oh, and the blitz.
Wow, that is a huge play on 3rd down. You know, it's not only, you know, if I'm thinking 3rd and short here, you know, I think Brentwood's going to go for it, but, you know, you're kind of in that no man's land again. But being 4th and now you're looking at 4th and 10 with the type of offense they run, you're thinking definitely going to maybe pooch punt it here. So that was a huge play.
Jalen Rogan, the linebacker, came in off the A-gap, it looked like, Matt, and made a nice play. And, Matt, you're talking about pooch punt. Forget that. They are going to kick a field goal.
Oh, wow.
Now, remember, in high school, if the ball gets to the end zone, it's marked at the 20 anyway. So what? I guess they're going to go ahead with the wind to their back, give it a shot. And it's got maybe
He's got
the
a
distance.
little leg. Oh,
yes.
It went right through.
That is
nice.
Well, the ball was on the 36. 7 for the hold and 10 more. Is that 53?
53. Well done.
That with the wind, a little whipping a little bit here tonight. That is a great call.
And it's blowing the direction they were kicking generally. So
Mark Pemberton with the
over
first
the 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, that's absolutely
we have a plethora of excellent kickers here in Williamson County.
Well, that was Trace Alpern, and he is out of 36 kickoffs this year. 24 have been touchbacks. So we know he has the leg to do it, and he's shown right there with the assistance of the wind, Matt. He has got plenty of leg.
We saw him on the open kickoff, and I'm sure we're going to see it right here again. That went out the back of the end zone easily.
Harrison, also deep.
And there's a kick, and that is definitely not going to be returned. The
Oh,
fans,
my Lord.
the fans down there in the end zone almost took one to, somebody took one to the head almost.
Yes, that kick splashed down deep. And Clearwater Pools is proud to sponsor your VHS food.
I still know if you're the Gallatin, I think you're happy with that field goal. I mean, that was a long. You're making them kick a 53-yard field goal, able to get a stop on Brentwood. That's the way you wanted to start the game for your defense. Offensively, not quite the way you wanted to start it, but defensively, you got to be happy with that.
And there's a
Number 20.
run.
A 3-yard run.
Yeah, Harper for about 3 yards and tackled by a host of Bruins.
And I think that they can be happy with that if they can keep pounding that away. 3 yards in the cloud of dust almost gets you a first down.
Well, they had the same success early with the 2 plays, went first down, and then went backwards from there.
And I don't think they were getting cute. They were running the toss sweep, and they liked to run the ball. They had that whole side overloaded. I think they just weren't ready for what was happening. And, the running back sitting there watching those guys move because they were out of position. I'm sure he was thrown off a little bit by that as well.
Well, you knew that was going to be a pass play because the offensive lineman cut block.
Yep.
Replay second down. It'll be second and 12
And
from the 18.
Gallatin's going to have to eliminate those type of negative plays offensively if they're going to stay in this. And I know they're only down by 3, but you're going to have to put some points on the board or at least flip the field to make Brentwood drive more than 50 yards.
Well, the last 2 weeks, Gallatin outscored 85-21 in 2 consecutive losses to 2 pretty good teams. And there's the fake, and now the lefty rolling. And Mayer and number 24.
Think of about 7.
Quarterback Metter's pass is caught by receiver number 83, Clint Schiff.
Clint Schiff with the reception.
Tackle made by number 1,
Well,
Aaron Mayer, and number 2.
See the left-hander right there for Gallatin. Metter
Gain of about 7 on the play.
rolling to his right, and that's kind of tough sometimes. So
not a bad pass.
no, it was not a bad pass. 3rd and 5.
Brentwood showing blitz. They're saying it jumped.
Yep, and that
They're
is
gonna
the
get
case. They
Kind of delayed reaction there.
coach the referee right there, and
Come on, do it.
Sad part is,
3rd and 6. Now you're looking at
It'll be 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, 11 here. Long 3rd and. It's actually a little bit longer than 3rd and 10. They're their own worst enemy right now.
Well, you can't do that against a team that's 5-0.
No, not at all.
They can get away with that against a team that's 0-5.
And they're not a team that likes these long yardage 3rd downs, which not many
There's
do, but they have a hard time coming back from that.
Oh, middle screen.
Very lucky that wasn't picked off. It looked like he almost got his hands under that and rolled over.
That was 53, Matt.
And that was a very high pass.
That's Ryan England, the linebacker, almost came up with that interception right there. So going to bring up another punting situation for Gallatin into the wind. And Jalen Marsalis back for Brentwood to receive the punt.
Number 37, Hayden Career, is Gallatin's punter.
And the wind has really picked up. And the low snap. And here
Big
goes
rush.
Marsalis, and he fair catches it at the 42.
I think that was a wise decision.
Well, you got to give Marsalis credit, Matt. Not playing with any gloves on, old school style.
Got to like it. Well, they got good field position again. That's what happens. Gallatin unable to convert first downs. Last drive they had the big negative play. Then killing themselves here with penalties. Brentwood gets the ball at the 42-yard line. Excellent field position.
First and 10 at their 42.
Well, again, you talked about good field position. Yep, left a little early. I think that was Schumpert, number 5, the receiver.
Yeah.
Quick jump.
Generally I'd say there's never any reason for a receiver to jump off sides. But with this type of offense, those receivers are really blocking. They're trying to come off the ball just like the tight ends and the offensive line. They're trying to get out there and get their blocks just like everybody else. So I can understand it a little bit more.
Well, there's Coach Mark Pemberton, first-year man. taking over for Ron Crawford.
Never lost the game.
Has not lost the game at Brentwood and does not want to do it on homecoming night here
Definitely
at Brentwood.
Not.
And the quick toss.
Oh.
Wow. That is
Lucky bounce right there. Oh, and man.
Oh, 2 flags. That's number 15, Matt. Anthony Caldwell. Did a nice job, Matt, picking it up off the fumble, but we got a hold out here.
We definitely do.
A flag on the play.
He came up with the lucky bounce, made a nice play on the edge, showed some speed, but it's going to be all for naught. And we talked about Gallatin and their penalty woes. Now Brentwood's trying to show them, hey, we can have some penalties too. Although they kind of lucked out that being from the spot of the foul, not quite as bad as one would initially think.
Well, going to bring up first and about 13 after the hold. And that is a nice run.
Yeah.
On
Looking at 7 yards, just right up the gut.
Ty Beasley. And Matt, there are 4 different running backs for Brentwood that have 100 yards rushing this year, just 5 games in. So
I mean, well, as you can see tonight, they're already just shuffling them all in there, and with the offense they're running, everybody's going to get an opportunity to get the ball.
Yeah.
And I like that play call. You're in, first and long. Defense is not expecting that. Pop it right up the gut. That's a great play.
Well, Ben Green, the little engine that could. First
Took
down.
a true.
5'8", 158. Where's number 38?
I mean, nice toss sweep, and you see Gallatin is not staying at home. If we see Coach Mark Williams not excited about that. Defensive end bit inside big time on that toss sweep. Able to bounce it outside. Ben Green had a lot of room to run. Picked up a nice first down.
Well, Mark Williams also his first year at his new post at Gallatin. And there is, whoop, wow. Oh, man, there. Oh, and
nice job by 9.
Yeah, number 9
Number 15.
for Gallatin, Tyler Wedner, the defensive back with basically a grabbing just any
Reached
part of
out
the
and
jersey he
grabbed
could get.
Caldwell with a big run up the middle. And nice hold, doesn't have to move a whole lot. Gets a good run up there, and very lucky for Gallatin that was not a touchdown. Huge hole up the middle.
So after the holding that negated the big run earlier, they had, first and 13, and now have got the ball in Gallatin territory at the 19. And Green.
Going backwards this time.
And he's going to be down for a loss of maybe 2.
Tackle on the play by number 25. Tyron Dalton.
So second and about 11 with 2:20 and counting. And Matt, with both teams running the ball, you can make it home for one of your favorite shows.
Yeah.
Your
This
DVR.
clock is just flying by here. Breaking Bad is no longer on, and neither is Walking Dead. So I'm out of the TV game right now.
Yeah. Oh, and a pass. And Winfrey, the lefty.
Got him.
Green.
Oh,
And
wow.
a great play. You got to give Gallatin credit. Number 1, Skylar Bailey.
Bailey again makes another big play in the passing game. We saw him early break up a touchdown play. And right there, he comes up and pretty good throw, but is able to, kind of hangs a little bit. Bailey's able to come and make a play on that ball and smack Green. He didn't even go for the ball. He just sees the runner and just lays the wood on him.
Well, they've challenged Bailey twice on that corner, and he's
risen to the occasion.
Responded nicely. So here we go. 3rd and 10. Coach Pemberton and the Bruins do not want to settle for a field goal opportunity
Not
here.
again.
And here comes Winfrey. Middle screen.
And they've got it set up. Oh.
And Mayer, and a nice play by 25. That's Tyron Dalton with the tackle.
Good job by Dalton to run that down. Looked like Caldwell was going to have some running room. Dalton kind of came out of nowhere. Screen set up beautifully. Good play call down here inside the red zone. Dalton makes a great play. Big 4th down here.
May go with a hard count.
Even if you go for a hard count, well, I guess make it a little easier.
Looks like going to trot on the field goal unit. And Halpern, the kicker, already booted a 53-yarder. This is 33.
Chip shot. I think a pitching wedge.
Yeah. Gap wedge. And it is going to be Coach Pemberton's second big decision. I mean, gutsy call. He knows his kicker had the leg and got it from 53. This one's going to be a little easier. But you know what, Matt? They're on that left hash mark, and that's never a kicker's friend if you're right-footed. Yeah.
No doubt about it. He's got the power to drive it through here, though, because a lot of times you see that hook. But with the leg strength he's got, he should be able to drive it straight.
Go. The hold, the set, the kick, and it is going to be just good. And
looks like it
nice
might have been a little wide. That was barely in. So they're going to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 is better than 0. 6-0 here late in the first quarter of our WCTV Game of the Week. Paul Brees and Matt Hill bringing the action here on homecoming night at Brentwood High School.
Time is just flying off the clock here with them running the ball like this.
Well, that's going to give the bands extra time at halftime.
Yeah. Excited.
Your new score with 1:34 remaining in the first quarter. Brentwood 6, Gallatin 0.
Well, always good fun at Brentwood High School. I like it, Matt. Only took me 2 minutes to get here.
Yeah. Took me just a hair longer. Out of 96, but that's all right. Always a good group of people here to welcome us.
Don't forget your pizza downstairs at halftime.
Dude, I'm pizzaed out. We had it for dinner.
Uh-oh.
But I did get my water and my Sprite.
There you go.
I will be hitting the KICE later. I can tell you that.
Oh, absolutely. So here we go. The kick, it may be returnable. Oh.
Halpern's kick.
And that's Bailey. So now 80 yards for the Green Wave. 2-3 this year. And the Gallatin Green Wave desperately needing a win to stay in any type of playoff hopes. And
Still within a shot, but their offense is going to have to do something. They got to eliminate the negative plays. Brentwood, and I'm not saying Brentwood hasn't played well here, but this, they've kind of shot the Green Waves kind of shot themselves in the foot a few times. Eliminate the negative plays.
Well, like nice stop, and it's still
not going down.
No, not going down. 27, Caleb Robb and Adam Thetford on the stop. And Matt, Gallatin, a lot of athletes in the skill positions. But it looks like a young team up front.
They are a young team, but you said it, even though they've got those skill players that can move the ball down the field, they're very dangerous. Like that right there. Wow.
Oh! Well, that was Aaron Mayer coming up with the lick as Harper on the carry.
Yeah, I thought it looked like there Harper was, had a nice little run bouncing through there, kind of breaking arm tackles.
Yeah.
And then Mayer just flies in at the last second. It looks like that Harper's going to have an opportunity to kind of maybe bust it for a few more yards, but then he just gets waylaid.
Well, Mayer, 6'3", 210, safety.
Yow.
And also the number one quarterback. Oh, my. Turn around. That one's hanging up in the wind. Man,
lucky.
We have to talk about Metter, the quarterback for Gallatin, only a sophomore. And, Matt, that's about 3 or 4 pass attempts that he's rolling to the right.
You got to think about that as the offensive coordinator. And every time it's been high, it's been floating, it's something does not look good. You got to think, hey, I got a lefty here.
Yeah.
Might want to go the other direction.
Need to receive.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod.
Well, we talked about Gallatin last year, Matt. You know, they were 10-2, had one loss in the regular season, and then the playoffs they had the loss. Very similar to Brentwood this year. They had a lot of seniors.
Yeah.
And, you know, Brentwood now with 36 seniors.
They're kind of having to reload.
Oh, my. Into the wind. And Marsalis will not have a chance to return this.
No. And again, Brentwood with just excellent field position.
Yep.
Gallatin not helping themselves out at all.
Well,
this defense, I think, has done as good as you can do here, holding them to 2 field goals when you're giving them less than 60 yards to go for pay dirt.
yeah, absolutely. And it's been a couple of big plays by the cornerback Bailey for Gallatin, number 1, that's kind of saved.
With both these teams, you know, with their ability to run the ball, if you can stop them on those pass plays and set them down in long yardage situations in 2nd and 3rd down, it really just kind of throws off the whole rhythm of their offense.
Oh, man.
But if you let them pick them up like this.
And that time Bailey just couldn't do it, and Shumpert is going to walk into the end zone, 53-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, it looked like Bailey got a little out of position. He was in good stride for stride play there, and I think he was expecting the ball to be a little bit underthrown because that's what we've seen a couple times. It kind of hesitated there. But then it wasn't overthrown, and maybe that wind helped to push it a little bit, and Bailey misread it. Shumpert able to come up with a big touchdown to the score.
Well, that's Shumpert's 5th touchdown catch, as Austin Winfrey was the quarterback. As you know, him and Aaron Mayer have switched off almost every play, it seems like, early on. So Winfrey, the quarterback that time. Shumpert, his 5th touchdown catch of the season, 53 yards.
Yeah. And that's, you know, you got to think about this team that likes to run the ball, averaging almost 300 yards a game. 5 touchdown catches is a lot of touchdown catches.
Absolutely. So the point after, Matt, with the first quarter now in the books, it's the Brentwood Bruins 13 and the Gallatin Green Wave 0, Matt. And you thought you had a moral victory by Gallatin's defense, and that was basically a shot to the head right there with the big touchdown pass.
Yeah, Bailey had been their savior a couple of times, able to keep him out of the end zone. Right there, though, not able to come up with the big play to keep him out of the end zone. Looked like early on he was in good position. Going to happen. I think that's been the first time that we've seen Brentwood throw it on 1st down, too. I think that might have had a little something to do with it.
Well, now Gallatin's going to get the win, and Brentwood's going to have to go against the win. But you know what? With a running team, I don't think it's really going to make much of a
really
difference.
Matter.
It looks like
they got their play action out of the way right there, and you're going to see the big hookup by Shumpert.
Well, that was just a perfect. That time he hit him right on the money.
Yeah.
The Clearwater Rules kickoff.
And there you're going to see the play action pass. Nice job by that offensive line of firing off the ball, selling the run. Shumpert able to get out there, see the ball, bring it right in, catch it with his hands, right into the end zone. Put him up 13-0.
Well, this one is definitely.
Who cares about the win, right? I mean,
well, you could tell there was a slight difference when the ball just ended up.
It was going down. You saw it just kind of die and go straight down, but still, he put that sucker right in the end zone. A lot of leg by that young man.
Well, I think, Matt, that Brentwood's kicker was challenged, probably saying, "Come on, man, kick it in the end zone. You got a 15-mile-per-hour wind bump. Let's see what you got." So, Matt, you talked about field position. Brentwood pretty much starting 50, 60 yards to go to pay dirt. Gallatin's having to start 80 yards.
20. Totally different mindset offensively when that's happening.
And there is a ball fumble where it looks like it's going to be recovered.
Field position just got a lot better, too.
Yeah, and making it easy. And bottom of that pile, 53, Matt England for the Bruins. Or, I'm sorry, Ryan England, number 12. I think Matt England he was the kicker last year for the Bruins. So Ryan England comes up with the fumble recovery, and now they can really make this thing get out of control.
Yeah, they can tee off right here. Put it up by 20.
You think with a full half of a moon, you think full moon. And Ben Green, surprising, Matt, not getting too much running room in there.
No, he's not. I mean, really, there's been a couple of plays where they popped off 10, 15. But most of them have been 3 yards or less. Really, Gallatin defensively has not played a bad game.
Well, I think
Other
Gallatin
than giving up the one big play.
I think Gallatin's game plan, Matt, was say, we're going to guard you one-on-one on the outside. You're going to try to beat us up front. Let's see what you got.
Well, I think that's probably what everybody's going to have to do when they play Brentwood.
And Winfrey is just out of the outstretched arms of
wide open.
Jack Mayer. And
this is kind of what we talked about earlier. You know, these guys, both these teams, not really known for throwing the ball. Get yourself in, you know, first or second down, and miss a wide open receiver like that. You're looking at 3rd and long, square in the face. Changes your whole dynamic of what you're trying to do offensively. And that's why we're coming away with 3 points the 2 times here for Brentwood.
Well, and it is going to be 3rd and 9 with 11-17. And now, interesting play call. And the lefty, Aaron Mayer, he's just going to lay it up there.
Bailey again with a nice play.
Bailey, the cornerback, comes in there and knocks it down.
You know, he gave up that touchdown, but he's been all over the field there in the secondary. You know, and really he had an opportunity to make a play on that last one. Wasn't that bad out of position, just misjudged the ball.
Well, he had plenty of time.
That's one heck of a drop back.
Yeah, plenty of time.
I mean, it looks like he dropped back a good 9 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, maybe that's why he had plenty of time. He was way back there.
I would imagine.
So going to try to settle for 3 after the turnover, the fumble recovery. And this is going to be a little tougher. This is going to be acting like a 53-yarder with the wind.
Right into the teeth of that wind.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be about a 40-yard. And that is no way going to make that.
Nope.
He kicked it 39 yards.
Yeah, it died just like on that kick in the end zone on the kickoff. It just went straight down. Same thing happened. It got in the teeth of that wind, lost its power. Not going to make it.
Well, a fantastic defensive stop by Gallatin. I mean, you give them Brentwood, a team that puts up a lot of points, Matt. I mean, they average 41 points per game, and you hold them from 20 yards out. That's pretty good.
You look at the field position they have, you know, just look at the stat line and see where they're at. You're thinking Brentwood's up 28-0 right now.
First and 10 from their 20.
But Gallatin's defense has risen to the occasion so far tonight. They're going to need some help by this offense, though, if they're going to keep doing it.
Well, toss sweep. That's number 20, I believe. And Harper is going to gain maybe 1.
Tackled by 61, Joey Garino, and 24, Sam Mulaney.
And Mulaney and Garino on the tackle.
Glad to see the Garino family is here again. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
So here we go. Metter changing the formation. And there's a nice play.
Yeah, there was a little hole to the right. He buried his head to that offensive line, and big tackle by Mr. Garino.
That's 2 in a row.
Double deuce.
Joey Garino, 5'6", 200 pounds.
One on the play. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 22.
That's somebody you don't want to wrestle.
No.
Low to the ground.
Big ties on that young man, too.
And there's again, rolling out away.
This time pays off.
Oh, man. And number 2, I believe. No, 83 for Gallatin. Clint Ship.
They didn't help him out there with that spot very much.
That is going to be.
No,
they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
I
think he had a lot more than that, to be honest with you. But regardless, they're going to give him the first down. I'm surprised they didn't call for a spot, but they already moved the chains. It doesn't really matter. Big play for Gallatin. They needed that badly.
Quick hitter up the middle.
Oh.
And stopped by a host of Bruins.
Yeah, just nowhere to run right now in the interior of that offensive line. The defensive line just getting a lot of penetration, not letting anybody get off to the linebackers.
Matthew Reed and 65, Garrett Pickard. Gain of a yard.
2nd and 9, man. We saw the rollout again on the pass play, and that's last time it worked. We'll see what Metter, the sophomore, has got. And the toss sweep.
Oh.
Oh, man. Who was up there? that really adjusted that was 44, Matt.
I mean, that was nasty.
Matthew Reed.
Lucky that Reed didn't get there the first time. I mean, that would have been bad. You're going to see the toss sweep to the outside, and this is what happens when a defensive end stays at home. He kind of blows that play up, doesn't make the tackle, but he funnels it right back inside, and he got waylaid. 3rd and 10.
And now we're going shotgun, empty backfield.
So we're going to roll right again.
Whoops, that's not going to be good.
Let's make it 3rd and 15.
Number 24, the Zach Harrison, the guilty party for Gallatin.
False start on Gallatin, 5 yards, replay 3rd down.
That's always a fun feeling walking back to the huddle when you just jumped off sides.
So 3rd and 15. Last time Gallatin was down here, the fumble. And this time just looking to get a 1st down. Whoops! That was a busted play from the start, and I believe that was due to
blow the whistle, ref. Come on.
87.
That boy killed.
87, Jack Mayer, and 6'4", 245. He was in the backfield, but he knew the reverse was coming.
Yeah, and
Whoops,
you see,
hello.
he just grabbed it and said, "I'm not handing it off because that just looks ugly." And then right there, you see just some nasty stuff happen to that young man. Those referees need to blow that whistle, kill that a long time before that. Oh,
there's
Gallatin just kind of imploding offensively.
Well, they've only scored 21 in the last 2 weeks. Marsalis, the deep returner, this time with the win is Gallatin.
He's backed up quite a bit.
And you know what they say about a shift? That's going to be a delay of game.
Flag on the play. Delay of game.
You know, we saw it last week. I think Independence is one of the biggest culprits of this. They get, so much movement happen and they make some mistakes. And the last couple of years we've seen that happen with Coach Dyson. And last week we watched Coach Dyson against Centennial say, "I'm done with that mess. Let's line up and let's run the ball." And definitely the beneficiary of that. And now you can see that Gallatin made some mistakes doing all that.
Can Marsalis make a move?
Ooh, big block.
Not a bad return by Marsalis, but a great kick by Gallatin to get it out of there.
51 yards to go to pay dirt here. I mean, just the field position could not be better for Brentwood tonight. You see some nice job by Marsalis picking up a few yards, getting almost back to midfield. Go back to Gallatin in that delay game. You're going to punt the ball, just line up and punt the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Great crowd here on homecoming night here at Brentwood High School. Whoops. Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. You know that there's a running play coming, and those linebackers are just ready to go. And at that time, he almost got there, busted the play up 47.
Into Gallatin territory.
But instead, caught him.
Gain of 3. It'll be second.
That was Jalen Rogan, 47 for Gallatin. He was back there just about as Winfrey said hut. Oh, that time.
Nice play. Good. That was a nice little timing route. Just step back, tight end seam, hit him right there when they opened part of the field. Mayer, a big target out there.
Yeah, Mayer to Mayer.
Just wide open off the play action. Nice big hole there in that secondary. Right over those linebackers. Linebackers stepped up just like you said. They saw the same thing you were seeing. They were just flying up. Keep them honest.
Green having a difficult time getting any kind of open space.
Tackled by Tyron Dalton, number 25.
Dalton on the tackle. So with 5:42 and counting here in the second quarter, Matt Hill, Paul Brees, bringing you the action here at our WCTV Game of the Week. Wonderful James Parker Stadium. So 2nd and 8. And again, Mayer. Whoopsie.
Oh, wow. Big 6'8", Watson 72. A lot of people in that backfield for Gallatin. The whole defensive line just decided to have a little party in the backfield. Let's meet at the quarterback.
Tarones and Gilbert. So more, it's our first true vision of getting to watch Brentwood play. More negative plays than I was bargaining for.
I agreeing with you here. And, that play was a negative play, but he's going to get worse.
Oh, my.
It's going to get worse. 7-2 can make that block. He's going to be in.
And a fumble recovery.
Wow, no yellow on the field.
And that is going to change the momentum of the game, Matt.
Wow, think about Brentwood not being able to score touchdowns. That is huge right there. This Gallatin defense came to play tonight.
Tyron Dalton picks up the ball and scampers 62 yards on the fumble recovery. And that's just one of those, Matt, that just drops up to you.
Number 37.
And that ball popped right up to him, Matt, and he was like, thank you.
Couldn't have had it work out any better. A lot of penetration. We've seen them I think the Gallatin has just said, you know what, guess what? We're coming.
Oh, and a fake. Or maybe a busted play, one of those.
He's got him in the end zone. Oh, wow, almost had it. Almost had it.
And a headsy play, though, by the Gallatin holder, number 17, Hayden Alexander.
If that wasn't designed, that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Really, truly had a good shot at it, throw across his body. Here we're going to see just Dalton coming right up the middle.
It actually looked like it slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, it did. But, I'm sure that Dalton's presence right in his face helped out, and then it's pick up the ball and run 62 to pay dirt. Really unchallenged. Almost gets caught at the end, but he goes in for the score, and that cuts the Brentwood lead to 7. Huge play by this defense. We'll see if that sparks some of this offense for Brentwood. Realize, hey, we better stop messing around. We don't want to lose here to Gallatin.
Well, Matt,
2 years in a row.
Let me just tell you the importance of any kind of points against Brentwood. They've only given up 17 points in 5 games. And 10 of those have come in only the first half.
And you got to think about also they're averaging over 40 a game, correct?
Yes.
Averaging over 40 a game. And here, Gallatin, with 4 minutes and 34 seconds, has held them to 13 points, 2 field goals, and then 1 big play. And we're looking like we may see some type of an onside. Gallatin pulling out all the stops here unless they try to pooch it or go ahead and kick it.
Well, they got the wind to the back, and you still got 4 minutes.
Not sure what's happening here. He set up a little differently on the kick. Oh, nice! But not able to make it.
I'm just really.
I don't get that one. I'm with you. I thought for a second it looked like they were going to come up with it. But you're right. You got the win. Get that sucker deep. But I guess, this is about the field position they've been dealing with all night. You got a little momentum. You lost some on the extra point. Now let's lose a little bit more on the onside.
Yeah, Gallatin wouldn't know what to do if Brentwood had to start from the 20.
Yeah.
Quick hitter on the fullback.
Now, you got to like that. I mean, he just was low center of gravity. He had to look like he had those pads about a foot off the ground and was just driving forward. Picks up about 8 yards. A hard-nosed run up the middle. I love the fullback runs.
Well, and it fires up the offensive line, too, because they know they had something to do with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and the fumble, Matt.
Man, just negative play after negative play. See who comes up with it.
And Gallatin has the football.
Gallatin is saying they've got it. Wow.
Well, the onside attempt came about 2 plays late, but the same result.
They're going to take it.
And, Matt, you wonder about the whole destruction of homecoming week. How does that affect you as a player?
I tell you what. Brentwood's on the way to finding out if they don't start cleaning up their act here. That was just a botched snap. Ball's on the ground, and you know anything happens down there with those guys fighting for the ball. You know, that defensive line for Gallatin has been in the backfield most of the night, or somebody has anyways, and they're in there fighting for that ball. They got it.
And there is finally a rollout. They won't get rid of it in time.
That might be why they haven't been rolling out to the left. Not able to block on the edge there, I guess. I don't know.
Tracked down by Sam Mulaney.
6 on the play by number 24, Sam Mulaney.
Best field position that Gallatin's had tonight. They can't squander it here.
Well, theoretically, Matt, Gallatin's offense hasn't scored any points, so.
Yeah. Agreed. Squander. Maybe they need to give it back. Under 3:20 remaining here in the second quarter.
This time, snuffed out the quick hitter by Rob.
There's just been nothing between the tackles tonight for Gallatin.
No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 16 from the 44.
So 3rd and 16 after the fumble by the Bruins. It's been backwards for the Gallatin offense on this series. Empty backfield for Metter. And he does the right thing.
Man alive.
Oh, and they're going to be a flag.
Oh, for piling on top of him, I guess. I don't know. That didn't look like it was anything to me.
Oh.
I'm not buying that one. Man.
Very questionable call.
This is I'm thinking this is personal foul.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
That's going to be 15 and a first down. Wow.
So had it 3rd and 16, the fumbled snap. Gallatin going to be the beneficiary of the questionable.
Shocker.
And you know what, man?
What?
These high school refs.
Okay, isn't a personal foul an automatic first down?
It is 4th down.
It's an automatic first down.
Well, it depends where you play, I guess.
46.
So 4th down.
Okay, am I making that up?
Wow. And I think Gallatin wants to call a timeout and try to discuss it.
Timeout. Green wave.
You know, that's what I was about to say, Matt. You know, some of these high school refs, they got a busy weekend. They go from here to the NFL game on Sunday, and they get some of the rules messed up.
Yeah.
As the replacement refs continue to make some bad calls.
That's the first down.
Well, normally you would think. Maybe it's 15 from the spot. I'm not sure.
It is 15 from the spot of the foul, but it's an automatic first down. A personal foul is an automatic first down.
Go ahead, guys. Cheap shot. Everybody you want on 4th and 30.
Yeah. That's insane.
Well, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And, Matt, it is going to be an opportunity here for Gallatin, 4th and 6. Metter going with a little smokestack, Gallatin style. Yep. Little switch. Now the shotgun, and they are gonna be in trouble. It's another timeout, back-to-back timeouts by Gallatin. Matt, you could have gone into the concession stand for us.
Timeout, Gallatin.
Go get me a Kona Ice. Tiger's blood.
I'll tell you what, Matt.
This
Just
has
look
been sloppy here.
Yeah, the first half you jinxed it because it was going by so fast. Very clean game, and now total mayhem in the second quarter.
And not the mayhem we like to see.
No. So 13-6, Matt. Even more important, I tell you what, something special is happening down the end zone, Matt. It is the Brentwood band getting ready for the homecoming performance of its lifetime.
Yeah, they got some. I don't even know what those are.
You get any kind of backdrop.
Yeah, we got a backdrop. Last year, I remember we had some trees flying around.
Absolutely.
Now, looks like I'm going to church there today with that back in over there.
Well,
Nothing
Gallatin
wrong with church, though.
has decided to punt it. They're going to.
I think that's a smart move.
Well, you think you're only down by 1 score. You probably should be down by 27.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, and a nice kick, man.
Oh,
and it will die
it's
out
going
of bounds.
out. It certainly is.
At the 7-yard line.
Wow, 2:01.
So 2:01, as you said, Matt. 2 minutes.
Try to.
Left until halftime, and now Brentwood's got to go 93.
Yeah. I think that home clock operator would have hit that a little early.
And Coach Mark Pemberton, I tell you what, Matt, gonna challenge probably his kids at halftime.
Yeah, I would say so, no doubt about it. Here we're going to see that beautiful punt again. You know, with the windows back, able to catch that roll and angles it right to that pylon, let it roll out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Gotta wonder if Brentwood tries to throw one up here, if they're going to pound it up the middle, see what happens.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
Man alive. We talked about not being able to pop it in. That one he was able to.
Beasley on the big carry, first down.
That's another Vanderbilt bonus joint first down. First and 10 Bruins from their 22.
So first and 10. The toss sweep to Green. And
man alive.
He is shifty.
I think they may have woken up the sleeping giant there. Brentwood just popping. And you know the other thing we saw there when they were backed up, the safety was playing back deep. They were playing off the wide receivers. They were trying not to give it the big play. The whole night we've watched the Green Wave just attack, and so many times you get in these 2-minute situations, the defense kind of backs off thinking, hey, let's just ride this out, try to get into the house, and bad things happen.
So an official timeout, injury timeout. And Matt, you know, when you take the linebackers and you bring them between the tackles, a toss sweep is not a bad call.
No, not at all. And I'll start with that first play. You know, if you don't pick up any downs on that first down, I think you're thinking kneel it. Let's just get out of here. Let's just pop it out. Let's take it to the house.
Yeah.
But since they came up with, oh, wow.
Well, a sack.
Pryor with the big sack. You know, we've seen several times tonight somebody coming through clean for Gallatin, you know, and I think one of the strengths of this Brentwood team is their offensive line, and they've kind of been befuddled a little bit trying to pick up some of these defensive play calls that have been coming their way.
And there's Shumpert. He had to come back to the ball, Matt, as the wind.
Again, Bailey on the coverage. Nice coverage tonight by Bailey.
The wind held that ball up, Matt. It's very tough. Now you got 3rd and 19.
Shumpert singled up on the outside. A lot of time by that offensive line. Ball kind of gets held up by that wind. Shumpert's got to come back to it. Can't make the adjustment. Looking at 3rd and 19 with 55 seconds remaining. What are you doing here, Paul?
Run it, run it, run it. Just kidding. Run for your life, Mr. Winfrey.
Oh, wow. Call a timeout, Gallatin. Do it now.
They may be out of timeouts.
Forget it.
You remember they called?
Oh, yeah, they called.
There,
you got the last one.
Third one right there, yeah.
They let about 8 seconds run off the clock trying to decide, do we want to call that one right now or not?
Well, if you have
that wind's blowing right in his face. It's picked up some. This should get a short kick, hopefully. Well, hopefully if you're a Gallatin fan.
If you have a punt block in your arsenal for Gallatin, you may
whip it out
use
now.
This is it.
Please stop by the 10th near the south end zone.
Checking out some of these floats back here. Got the Roman Bruin and the Chariot.
More importantly, man, I'm just making sure my son's not back here tackling some little 3rd grader.
Let him tee off, right?
Yeah. You never had the luxury of getting to play behind the stands.
No, never. And you know, even when I was little, I had to sit with the fam. And I'll say this. People were in the stands watching when we played.
At Texas, there is no behind the stands. Oh,
they about got it.
And that is going to roll out of bounds. And Matt, even more importantly, is the punt was so quick and got out of bounds, it stopped the clock.
Yeah, 33 seconds. I mean, you're sitting there at the 50. Just start chucking that thing in the end zone. Get 3 pops at it. See what happens. There we're going to see the punt almost come up with a block.
Not sure
Punt flips it right out of bounds, and that's going to end.
Not sure if it went on
Bruins'
somebody's
chances.
back or maybe off of somebody's hand. So
Gallatin's got the ball with 47 yards to go. I mean, this could change everything if they're able to come away with something. Brentwood rushing 4. Quick pass. And that is a first down. They're going to get up there and hustle up. Imagine they're going to spike the ball, you'd think. Quarterback's running to the sidelines, though. Not sure what he's thinking.
He's got to tell. He's only a sophomore.
Generally, you've got 2 plays called there, though. I know that's the way we always did it. You got, okay, we're going to hit this. Incomplete. Huddle up. But if we hit it, we're rushing up the line and we're doing this. But nonetheless.
Are you talking about a young quarterback, a young team, a team that's 2-3?
Yeah.
And just very fortunate to be in this game.
I'm agreeing with that. Brentwood has not been able to take advantage of some opportunities. And also at the same time, Gallatin's defense has really stood up. I don't want to take everything. Oh, we got a holding penalty.
A couple of flags.
Probably just as good because that was going to be a completed pass inbounds. Clock would have kept running.
There's a flag on the play.
So, legal procedure.
False start.
On Gallatin.
We're talking false start. Shouldn't that play have been blown dead?
We'll replay.
That's absolutely correct. So,
I'm going to go put on my ref jersey.
yeah, absolutely.
Get out there.
Second and 15.
So, Brentwood, the beneficiary of maybe 5 seconds.
Yeah. That play should have been blown dead. Oh, Turner, look, young man.
Nope.
34 was not paying attention to what was happening. Maybe a little misread. I might be tempted to kneel it. With the last couple plays that have happened here. Let's just take it to the house down by 1 score.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what kind of kicker they got. They got
true.
6.7
True,
seconds, Matt.
true,
They got
true.
1 play maybe. They're out of timeouts. They've got to throw it to the end zone. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
You got a lot of wind here if you're able to do something like,
Oh, there goes the clock. Plenty of time. He hung on it too long.
How's he up?
He's just throwing it up, man. And that is the end of the half.
On the final play of the half, your score.
The Brentwood Bruins have escaped an ugly first half as they lead at halftime in our WCTV Game of the Week. The Bruins 13 and the Gallatin Green Wave 6. And we will be right back with second half action after Pets of the Week.
Good back and welcome to tonight's WCT Game of the Week. We're here at Brentwood High School and welcome back to the second half action. Hope you enjoyed Pets of the Week, and it's been a crazy game so far. We came into this game thinking that Brentwood was going to just roll over the Wave, but Gallatin has withstood the storm, and it is 6-13 Brentwood. And not what we thought was going to happen, Paul. What are your thoughts so far?
Absolutely. Brentwood squandered a few chances early on. Could have made this thing 20-0, 27-0 easy. Now, Gallatin, unfortunately, having to kick off with the win, though. And Brentwood's going to have a chance. They need to get on track. And Coach Pemberton probably gave him a little pep talk at halftime to challenge him. And Marsalis trying to make the long run.
Oh, wow.
And that is something you didn't want to do. Uh-oh, and he's got to get out of there.
He's got some room.
Oh, and he is struck down at about the 13, Matt.
That could have been disastrous.
Well, Marsalis, only a sophomore. Last year, the only freshman with any type of playing time for Coach Crawford. And right there, man, it was just one of those things where the wind looked like it was going to, it did some crazy things with the ball. So
yeah, and we've seen it a couple times tonight. A couple of balls that looked like they were going to be touchdowns kind of get knocked down a little bit, or maybe not touchdowns, but long completions.
yeah, absolutely. Now let's see if the Bruins try to establish the running game, kind of their bread and butter. And backside counter, Ben Green with a big first down, gets out of that hole where the ball was placed at the 13, now out to about almost the 29-yard line.
Well, that's going to go to a long way to establishing that run. We've seen it a couple times tonight, though. And Brentwood just kind of been their own worst enemy after one of these. He pops it right there. Nice blocking. You get into that second level. And Green can be dangerous. But they've got to put several of those together.
He has got great vision. And that makes him a special runner. Now, if he can get
Very
a block.
dangerous.
And now Green on the sweep. Going to have another first down. Just a smart runner, Matt.
Definitely was. You know, he saw what he had. He saw a nice block. Helped his blocker by setting it up, and pops it around the outside. Does a good job realizing what's going to happen. He just goes outside of he gets it outside of bounds, and they're in business again, 40, 60 yards away.
A quick hitter to the fullback this time for a gain of about 2.
And that time we saw those linebackers really attacking for the Green Wave, and whenever they've done that, Brentwood's gone over the top. Sometimes they've been successful, other times not. We'll see what happens here.
So quickly, the Bruins back.
2nd and 8.
There you see the linebackers coming right up the gut.
Yep.
They know what's happening. Oh, wow.
And Big Green almost.
It looked like he should have been stopped for about a 1-yard gain, but you see the strength and just how those legs just keep turning. Got that low center of gravity, hard to bring down. Swerve for another few yards and makes 2nd and 8. Third and about 3.
Fundamentals. Just
physics.
Yeah. I mean, Ben Green has the new school record for rushing yards for a single game. Against Independence, he ran for over 300 yards. And now Winfrey with a big run and the first down.
And there you see they went off that triple option. Make the Green up the middle. Go around the outside. I believe it was Green. It might not have been. And Winfrey had a lot of room on the outside. Here you see the fake. He keeps it. Pops it around the edge. Decides to keep it, and just nice running downfield. Gets a good head of steam down to the 38-yard line. And Brentwood's in business. They're moving.
Well, Mayer now the in-at quarterback after the Winfrey run. And sweep to Green. And not a bad pickup of 4, maybe 5.
You know, something else that we talk about a lot here on WCTV, you know, running the ball, we're seeing these guys 7 yards deep, especially in short yardage situations. If you look at Brentwood, even when they put that guy in the motion, he's almost under 5 yards away from the ball. I mean, the fullbacks 3 yards right there. They are not messing around. They're quick hitters, and they are trying to get upfield fast.
Well, Coach Pemberton has run it the whole way this series and probably going to continue.
Number 37, David Meehan on the carry.
Meehan on the fullback carry. I thought maybe that time, Matt, Winfrey was going to pull it out. I don't know if it's a read or not.
Yeah, it looked like it. You saw the end crash down, and generally that's his read as the defensive end. If he goes upfield, you hand that off. If he comes inside like he did there, you pop it around the edge like we saw a couple plays ago.
Green is going to.
He picked it up.
Yep. Turn the legs and going to pick up a much-needed first down.
I mean, the only time we've seen him go down with the first man is when it is like something right up the gut, where he's not got much room and he just kind of goes down. But he just runs through arm tackles. You're not going to bring that man down. You also like how he's got those hands doubled up on that ball, and when he starts to go down, he puts one hand down and still trying to drag those legs and keep going. Hard-nosed running. Stuff that's hard to teach is just a will to excel.
Well, Well,
sometimes you pay the price, though, when you're running like
absolutely.
that. You get hit like that.
And Green.
They've gone to the well one too many times, I think.
3 or 4, and now he's slow to get up, man, and that's, well.
No, he's not getting up.
Yeah. I don't know if it was cramp or maybe somebody ankle or something. And
he's calling to help to get up. Help that young man's all right. You know, they've got a stable of running backs here, but you don't want to lose your lead horse.
And Coach Pemberton is, I mean, he's basically staring the trainers down like,
get over here, people.
Get him up.
7 on the play. A 2nd and 3
well,
at the 20.
Get some water. And he's a tough young man. So 2nd and 3 after the run by Green, and yeah, you're right, Matt. They went to him like 3 or 4 times right there.
You hear big things when they go 80-yard run, give him the ball.
Yeah, right back
Same
to
difference
him.
when you're handing it off over and over again to the same guy.
There's, I believe, Martinez. And if they challenged anybody at halftime, it may have been the offensive line, Matt.
Well, they have risen to the occasion. I don't, you know, generally when you got a group of guys like that, or seasoned veteran seniors, you don't have to do a whole lot of challenging. You come in and say, guys, look at this. We have not been able to move the ball. This is your senior season. What do you want to go out like that? They rise up themselves. And right now they've done a good job of it.
Martinez again, Matt. And I'm not sure of the count, but they have gone continuously to that left hand on the left side of that line.
They have. We've seen them go outside a couple of times, but the left side, they've just been pounding away.
And I believe that may be Mayers over there at tight end. Teichman, the left tackle. Let's see who the left guard, 73, is Zimmerman. And Mayer back under center, and he's a big frame. He is very difficult. He's got to be coming in.
That's a whole new line of scrimmage. Man,
5 yards for Aaron Mayer, 6'3", 210, dragging people, touchdown Bruins.
Well, that's how you come out and make a statement here. So, yeah, Green Wave, you may have been hanging out with us for a little while, but it's time to go home. We're going to take this bull by the horns and ride it all the way.
Not only that, Matt, they took almost 6 minutes on that drive right there. There's the extra point. Good. That's going to make it a 20-6 game. First possession out of the gate. A big drive after Matt. I mean, literally the Bruins, Matt, could have started on the one. Yeah.
There you should just, I mean, that is just smash mouth football. Those hog mollies up there just weighing lace to that defensive line, pushing them all the way in the end zone, taking them for a ride. Doesn't get any prettier than that for that offensive line coach down there. You know, really, you look at this defense, they've done a great job all night, and that just is a big let up. If you'd like a copy of tonight's game, you can check out our DVD. Give us a call at 472-4032. You can also go check us out online on our website at www.wc-tv.net. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We got a lot of cool things on that YouTube channel. Check it out. We got our plays of the week. You can check out old games, all kinds of other things to do with what's happening in Williamson County, you know, school board meetings, other stuff like that. Creed's got a lot of good stuff going on there.
So here's the kickoff into the wind. It's going to be returnable. Whoop! And the ball just died, Matt. And this is where crazy things can happen when the ball just goes on the turf. But a nice job by the coverage team of the Bruins.
Now, there we see, you know, Brentwood had something similar happen. They were able to drive it the length of the field. I'm not sure we're going to see the same thing here from Gallatin. Well, 6:24 here in the third quarter. Brentwood 20, Gallatin 6. Gallatin, this is their first offensive series of the second half. They've had some woes here trying to get things happening. The only score for them has been defensively.
There's the handoff.
It looks like those woes are going to continue.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Matt, you take a defense like this.
Number 20, Jordan Harper carries
got to have those one or two big plays somehow, some way. I mean, even if you have to throw a trick play in there, and I think they tried that one time and it got busted up pretty quick.
It did, and they go for the onside kick early on. Just a lot of different things. Breaks have not gone their way.
Well, 2nd and 10. Back to the handoff between the tackles, as Harper's going to gain maybe 2. And you got to take advantage of your Gallatin with the wind to your back.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, you're talking about it. Didn't mean to interrupt you. But first down, you don't pick up anything. Third down, you go to the well here, just a little popper up the middle. Second down right there, you're in long. You need to throw that ball. Do something. Try to give yourself an opportunity. And there we see
Ben Green
on the sideline.
Lace them up, man. What do they say? Never take your shoe off if you have an ankle injury.
I'm thinking right now, let the man rest. You're moving the ball pretty effectively.
They
picked up the first down.
Yeah, they do pick up the first down just a little late.
Devoe does a good job of catching that and getting upfield.
Is enough for a first down.
Well,
From there, 29.
nice quick hitter.
And I think that's what we need to see from Gallatin. A little Maryland eye. Well, stunting back out of it.
Yeah.
Well, Brentwood has not seemed phased by that movement before the snap at all.
Well, a gain of about 2 after the catch.
I do like the fact they threw it on first down.
2's better than 1.
If we watch Brentwood, they're kind of doing a couple of different things with one option. They're bringing somebody off the edge every single time, and they're doing it to the wide side of the field, where generally want to run that toss play. As you can see them walk up here, I believe that's number 20, I can't see who it was. And it's taking away that rollout pass because they're rolling right out into it, and then it's also taking out the toss sweeps. We've seen them in their face a lot there. And nice play calling by that defense, well designed.
Well, Ryan England with a big hit and going to shut him down for 3rd and 7. Last time saw the quick toss completed for the first down. We'll see what Gallatin may have up their sleeve here with 3:43 and counting in the 3rd quarter.
Whatever it is, they better pull it out now. You got to fight forward for that yardage. I'm thinking go for it.
Well,
I mean, I understand what you're saying. They're not going to do it here, maybe. Well, they're staying on the field. You got 4th and about, what, a long 2? 4th and a long 2. You got to get a score here. You give the ball back to Brentwood the way they run it, they're going to just eat up clock. If they go up by another score, this game's out of reach. You got this, you got to lay all your cards down on the table right now.
Hard count, maybe timeout, and empty backfield. They're going hard count.
Yeah, you go empty, you're going hard. You're not fooling anybody there.
Well, Matt,
you go empty on 4th and inches.
Yeah, absolutely. Then you may have a shot of going quarterback sneak, but 4th and 3 with a sophomore quarterback, I don't think you're going nowhere.
No.
Well, you got a timeout here. Brentwood 20, Gallatin 6, and seeing the Bruins first time up close and personal now. I like the names on the back of the jerseys. I know you may be old school. Did Vanderbilt? They didn't put them on the back of the jerseys back.
They did. I think 1 year I was there. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers our names anyway. So
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Just Todd Yoder, Jamie Duncan.
Yeah. Well,
Wasn't that white boy that made that catch against Notre Dame? Yes, that was the only person on the team. Hi, Lewis. Hiram.
Well, they are going to punt it. And a nice kick. Martinez, if he can pick it up off the bounce.
He got it. Oh, that might be a little late there.
If he would have gone down, surely the flag would have came out. So right at the 31, Matt.
Brentwood in nice position again. 2:35 remaining.
Brentwood starts first
You know,
and 10 from their 31.
I agree they've looked good, but they have not looked as good as I was anticipating them to look. But I don't think they've been firing on all cylinders either.
Look
You can
at
see
the
potential they've
little
got,
man
and
go.
there it is right there. Coming off the
Woo-hoo-hoo.
bench, or not off the bench, but off the
Well.
sidelines after you've been injured,
Yeah.
and just trucking.
By Williams, number 12.
Establish the run.
Ben Green garners another Vanderbilt.
Well, they've established the run, and they're just keeping it moving right there. Great job by that offense. You know, great job blocking by everybody. I don't think you're on this field tonight for the Bruins unless you can block. I don't care who you are, where you're lined up. You better fire off that ball and hit somebody.
And again, the left side, Matt.
As you see, the wide receiver,
Green on the carry
83.
across midfield.
That's
Excellent job blocking downfield.
It's Marsalis, the sophomore receiver.
Gain of 8 yards.
8 yards, Ben Green. Again, the left side has been the go-to side. This time Schumpert and Winfrey back in. And the passing down. This time Ben Green's going to cut it up for a gain of 2 for the first down. And Matt again, the vision on Ben Green.
Travis Pryor.
Kind of reminds me of Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Old school.
Well, I'll go with the vision. I'm not seeing the hip shaking like Barry.
Well, you know, he's got a couple of moves.
He's got forward, and I'll move a little to the left or right. Cover the ball up, legs are moving.
High school Barry Sanders.
There you go, okay.
How about the body type of body?
I'll go with that. Big legs, low
Whoops.
center of gravity.
Martinez went right back in,
Isaac Martinez
and
for the Bruins.
unfortunately 2 Gallatin defenders were there.
Tackled by number 15, Travis Pryor.
Well, Matt, when you don't throw the ball in the third quarter, the clock is going to run very, very fast.
And
So
we're under a minute.
Winfrey and Schumpert back in.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that!
Whoa, what?
And you can do that, Matt. It touched the quarterback's hands, and 75,
I like it.
the big fella.
That carry.
They need to let all of the offensive linemen do that.
Himself, number
Will
70,
Woods, the senior,
Will Woodson.
5'8", 230.
W squared.
Look at him. He got-
Rumbling, bumbling. I tell you, that was a nice little run. I mean, he lowered the shoulder.
He may be a former middle school running back.
It may be. You know, I see short yardage in his future.
3rd and 4.
Jumbo. And whoops.
Not quite sure
Well,
what happened
hello.
there.
Hello.
Oh, oh, wow.
And Coach Pemberton knew the play call was correct.
Wow. That's what happens when you got a big man like that running the ball at quarterback.
Aaron Mayer, ladies and gentlemen, has achieved yet another Vanderbilt bone-in joint. First down.
Well, the time of possession, Matt, is one-sided here in the third quarter.
There's no doubt about that.
quarter, your score.
I mean, they just had it the entire time. And that's going to do it for the third quarter.
The score is not indicative of the game at
Not at
all.
all.
It's Brentwood has taken a score here in the third quarter and has jumped out to a 20-6 lead over the Gallatin Green Wave. And Matt, the county football teams, as Centennial is playing home against Wilson Central. And at last word, Wilson Central was ahead
Wow.
of Centennial.
That's not something we expected. You know, last week we go into the game, Centennial.
High expectations.
High expectations. Independence decided to throw a curveball and decided, hey, we're going to stop playing games and run the ball, and challenge them. And tonight, Wilson Central is going to be the surprise.
Independence has I would consider an easy game at, I believe it's Coffee County. Should be a winnable game for Coach Dyson and the Eagles. And
Franklin does not have an easy game.
Franklin is at Smyrna, and at last check they were also down. But Matt, you know, that young team's starting to gel a little bit.
By the behind the arm of Joe
Critchlow.
Joe Critchlow, young sophomore quarterback.
I tell you, the team that's
The
had
future
a-
looks bright
yeah.
for Brentwood.
The
or
team
excuse me, for Franklin.
Yeah, absolutely. The team that's had it's going to have a rough night tonight is Ravenwood, winless, and they're taking on Siegel,
Yeah.
who I think is one of the best teams
Probably
in the
the
state.
best. Yeah, no doubt about it.
So 20-6 heading into the third quarter. Ben Green,
Number 38,
a.k.a. Barry Sanders. Going to take it for about a gain of 6. And Coach Williams is not happy. He wants somebody to tackle Ben Green.
Guess what? He's getting the ball, guys.
Yeah, and he's going left every time. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out. All right, we figured it out.
We have a good vantage point.
Well, we do have a good vantage point, but, you know.
Nice monitor.
Oh, Big Green, backside. Martinez is tripped up.
Ike Martinez on the carry.
Ike.
Well, Fairview, your team has got a big game against East Hickman.
Yeah, their season's just not gone the way they were expecting right now.
They picked up a big win last week.
They did.
And East Hickman is coached by a former Fairview coach. And so a little homecoming.
Still, they got that team gets in the playoffs. Everybody's healthy. They're gonna
make some
noise.
Yeah. Big fullback. And he is going to pick up probably the first down. Beasley, I would really love to see Winfrey pull that out of the belly and take off.
You got to, I think right now he's thinking, let's pound away, run time off the clock, get in the end zone, but you still got to read your keys. And he had the opportunity to bust that outside for a nice gain. First and 10. 10:33.
Yep. So
moving the ball, getting close to that red zone.
Mayer. Big Green going left. Big Green still going left. And first down.
That's what we're about to see again.
Well, they ride that left side hash mark over there for about 60 yards.
Yeah. There's a big rut on the left side of the field going this way. Left side of the field going that way.
So the clock is restarted after the spot on the first down. Now it's first and 10. The ball is on the 12, so literally the Bruins can still pick up a first down. And there goes Green in motion to the left. And he's outside, Matt, and I believe he's got the corner.
He might be going in. He's in.
He leans.
They're going to call him out.
Yeah. Going to mark him out at maybe the 3-4 yard line. And this is maybe where you put big Aaron Mayer, the quarterback, and just let him do his.
No, I'm thinking we take Woods.
Oh, big Wood. Yeah, the lineman.
Willie Woods.
Just inside the 5, like a 4-yard line.
Well,
we need to start that chant up here. Woods, Woods, Woods.
I tell you what, if Aaron Mayer does a quarterback sneak from 4 yards out, that.
Well, the way they moved that line of scrimmage over there on the 2, I think they might could do it.
Well, Ben Green left. Ooh.
They figured it out. You got to kind of feel for this Green Wave defense. The whole first half, they really stood toe-to-toe, taking every punch Brentwood had and punching back. But just they got no help from their offense. And, they've been on the field this entire third quarter for a large chunk of the first half, and they just look like they're out of gas.
Oh, that defense, if you're playing right tackle or right end for the Gallatin Green Wave, you have been smacked in the mouth.
I think I might have pulled a hamstring. I need to go out, Coach.
Yeah, there's Mayer, and he is marked down just short, but maybe close enough for the first down.
And you see that left side of the – did you see that the left side of that defensive line was getting up off the ground?
Well,
throw in the towel.
Mayer and Marsalis, as they trot back on and look for number 1 to just lean forward, add to his touchdown total. And this is whoa, my. Oh, and he dropped it back,
wow.
And I think Gallatin has come up with it.
Oh, my Lord.
No, they have marked it down. And that's, Matt, surprisingly, we were joking around about Aaron Mayer and just leaning forward. Theoretically, he probably should have done that. I mean,
yeah.
It looked like he was going to hand it off. But when you're on the 1.
Just go. And now he's coming out.
Well, and that's not because of the
bad
execution. But, yeah, you're right. They do swap out every play.
But when you run the ball like this, that doesn't really hurt you as much.
Absolutely not. And the clock is going to continue to run. Winfrey. And that is slow developing play, Matt.
I don't get that down here. Your offensive line has just been blowing people off the line, especially that left side. Keep riding them.
Well, they tried right there with Ben Green to the left, and But, yeah, the timing right there, that play just seemed not that great.
No. And you got your fullback sitting literally 2.5 yards behind the quarterback. Just hand that thing off.
Where are we at next week? So 3rd and goal from the 5. Mayer under center on that time.
He got,
he got Jack Mayer, the tight end.
Number 12 tipped that ball, tried to make a play on it, but
well, rule number 1, if you're the defensive end, hit the
Jack that tight end.
And unfortunately, Jack Mayer came out clean.
Here comes the extra point. And that's going to be good, and that's going to put Brentwood up 27-6. 21 points. Under 8 minutes to go, 7:29 here in regulation. Brentwood up 21 over the Green Wave. And Brentwood just manhandling this Gallatin defense now.
Yeah, 2 offensive possessions here in the second half, Matt. And
that have taken up
a lot of time.
Yeah.
Well,
and there you're going to see the nice catch. Good concentration by Mayer.
Absolutely.
Bringing a good touchdown.
Absolutely.
That's a big man. That's a nice tight end to have there.
6'4", 235. 6'4", 235.
Whew.
I tell you what. Well, next week, Matt, we get to see the Bruins again back here at Brentwood High, Matt. And Centennial is going to be in town.
That should be a good game.
And
Brentwood's going to have to run a much cleaner game if they want to beat Centennial than we've seen tonight. Although Centennial's capable of not running their game as well, so it depends. See which team shows up.
That one is deep. Well, we just got a score, Matt. Wilson Central came into Centennial undefeated, and they are leading the Cougars 35-7.
35-7. So if it's that team that's shown it the last 2 weeks, Brentwood might not have a whole lot to worry about.
Well, always a district game. You always got to be careful.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing we thought last week with Independence. We thought.
Yeah.
Katie by the door. Is the other way around.
And a lot of people were drinking the Centennial
juice.
Yeah. Jump on board. But it is imploded for the Cougars.
Coach Jack Daniels had it before the season.
We're going to find out. Elma mishandled snap. And that's going into the wind. Hello.
It's going to drop back. You got to realize that.
If he's going to get a block. Drug down. At the 20. Excuse me. Number 20.
Kyle Burke with
Kyle
the interception.
Burke, yep. And, Matt, there was nothing you could do, man. That
ball just died and came right back down. Burke realized what's going on, goes up to its highest point, comes away with the interception.
Well, Matthew Reed put the pressure on Metter. And that basically caused the floater, the wounded duck, whatever you want to call it. And now it is time to finish this off.
And they're going to do it right here.
Hello.
Man alive.
Number 15, Anthony Caldwell.
Caldwell on the carry.
Wow.
Just trucking. Little Tony Danza, keep on trucking. None of these people here know who Tony Danza is.
Absolutely not.
I wish I didn't. And not just because I'm old.
First at 10 at the 27.
So a who's who of running backs as Ben Green left. And he has had the bulk of the carries, Matt, but I feel here.
I think that was a.
I'm going to start
that was
rotating
Green right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Ben Green.
I kind of agree with you. I think it's time to let that man sit the bench a little bit.
Gain of 6. Be second and 4 at the 21.
So here we go, 2nd and about 4. Brentwood in scoring position. And that time, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is a great play.
He's got it.
And a great job by Shumpert down the field. And there is no way. If they call Shumpert for holding, that is unbelievable.
No, because that was great blocking by Shumpert. I thought that was excellent job downfield. That was what I was about to talk about. I wasn't about to talk about the run.
Well,
I don't agree with that at all.
Not. No way.
I think they're still going to have the first down because that's from the spot of the foul. But I'm not buying that.
No, absolutely not. Neither is the Brentwood
we
coaching
got
staff up here.
A couple of the Brentwood coaches over there are talking to a Gallatin player whenever he's all right.
Well, the trainers was checking things out for the Gallatin Green Wave. Hey, man, let's give a shout out to the WCTV crew tonight. Fantastic.
We got Jacob in his ho 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 cat shirt, digging that Christmas a little early.
With the sunflower seeds to keep him moving with his energy drink.
That's right, Arizona
99
green
cents.
tea.
Always the best dressed out here, though.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Rocking the pencil thin mustache.
Tyler, on the other hand, the veteran.
Yeah.
Up here hanging out with us.
Got the cargo pants, 1995 going on. Real Tree Outdoors barbed wire.
But he does have a sweatshirt, Channel 3 sweatshirt. I'm
Channel
not sure
3,
if we
yeah,
have
looking
one of
good.
those.
I've not gotten the hookup with that. Looks like he did shave today though, so that's on the plus side.
And then we got Ricky
Bobby
out. And Big Ben.
Going sleeveless tonight, had to steal a jacket from Houston.
He did have to steal a jacket. He's like,
I don't think Houston enjoyed the fact that
he took his jacket.
Ben stole his jacket.
Oh, Martinez has got to have a score.
Yeah, man. I'm liking the way that young man runs.
Yeah.
He doesn't really slow down while he's doing all that hip movement. Got a little salsa dancing going on into the end zone.
15 yards and a cloud of dust goes number 15, Anthony Caldwell, the senior. It's a great luxury to have, Matt. Go Ben Green left. Caldwell coming the back way.
Beasley will snap. Shumpert will hold. Trace Halpern will kick.
Helper gonna try to finish this off. Ooh.
That is good.
34-6.
Well, 34-6.
28-point deficit, I think, is definitely insurmountable.
But especially against a team that has kind of struggled.
And you're going to see a real nice run here by 15. I mean, just off to the tackle right, sees a huge cutback lane, and just takes it right into the end zone. Doesn't slow down, looking for his boys to celebrate. Got to like that, looking for the fat boys. Come give me some love.
There's Ben Green.
I'm one of those fat boys, so I can say that.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't.
Well, I'm probably.
Well, you're a fat boy, but you were not one of those fat boys.
No, I was not in the club.
You were a golfer.
I was a golfer back in the day. And, young people of America, once you get married, you golf less. And when you have 6 kids, you really golf less and less.
Unless you're a golf coach.
Well,
then you don't really golf. You just watch other people golf.
Yeah, it's good to be back in the cart.
Yeah.
Well,
was that a pitch for no marriage? Is that what that was?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay,
absolutely
I
not.
didn't
I'm
know
just
what
saying,
was going
if you
on
love
there.
golf, you may want to stick with it for a while, but So halfway
I think it also depends.
I'm trying to shut this conversation down. Halfway through the fourth quarter, 6 minutes remaining, and the Bruins finally in control. Wind to their back, and the ball is going to land deep in the end zone.
The guy right in front of that pylon did not really seem.
Didn't see it coming?
Didn't see it coming. That was about to pop him. That would have made for good TV. That would have been our play of the week. If that would have popped him right in there, that would have been nice.
It would have been.
That would have got my vote. I'm thinking though the fumble return, even though I'm not sure. You can't do that one. You can't do that one. It's got to be.
What we need to do, I think, Creed, is
a little vote action.
Have a couple 3 plays, and then have the fans of Williamson County vote. Have a little poll.
We can do poll everywhere.
Absolutely.
Or BYOT.
Well, it looks like we're going to have some fresh faces on defense as the Bruins get your roster out. This is going to be a who's who out here. We've got to get some names called. Neil Scruggs on the tackle. And tell you what, I'm not sure. I was waiting for the clock to get the wound right there, Matt. Is Green Wave going to just stick with it? Oh, my. And here comes the Bruin offense again.
That's not good.
A disaster. You know, just the simple things that it seems Gallatin cannot get corrected, just the handoffs and the center quarterback
and
exchange.
I think a lot of it has to do with that sophomore playing there, you know, and at the same time, we see other sophomore quarterbacks in the district. You know, Joe Critchlow looks great. But that's something, you know, I think sometimes you get down 28 points, give up 34, 5 minutes to go here in a game, you're just wanting to go home. That young man's already probably out of it.
Long ride back
He's
to
thinking,
Gallatin.
can I get the back seat on the bus?
Well, new running back, 24, Sam Mulaney.
Sam Bam Mulaney.
The PA announcer knows him better than we do, so he can call him that. Sam Mulaney is listed 6'1", 191. Matt, there just doesn't seem any small guys on the team except for Ben Green, and he doesn't play like he's 5'8".
No, he doesn't look like it either.
And there's Mulaney again on the run. And you know, the
ball forward looks like he picked up that first down.
And I'll tell you what, the Bruins running backs do a lot of little things right that make them very successful.
Very hard-nosed runners. You don't see them standing straight up. They ride the hole, they press the hole, they get up there inside those offensive linemen. When they're in there, they're covering the ball up. Well-coached team.
And the feet never stop.
No, never. And even when you see those feet starting to start going down, you see either both hands on it or one hand is going down to the ground, and not to like brace themselves for the fall, but trying to keep themselves up and moving.
So 3rd and inches. This time the quick hitter, almost escaped. And Meehan going to pick up the big first down. And Matt, I know there's only 4 minutes and counting in this 4th quarter, but a touchdown gives you a running clock with the extra point. A little too late for you, I know, but you got somewhere to go. Maybe to the store, beat the crowd to the store.
The crowd at, what time is it?
9:30?
9:30, yes. Walgreens is packed.
You go to Walmart.
They'll give me a Snickers ice cream.
Well, here comes. Oh, man, this guy's got it. Oh, and he just tripped up.
Martinez wanted that score.
I believe he was tripped up.
Not going to get it.
Marcus Williams from Gallatin. And now.
But they got 4 shot cracks at it here.
Well, Matt, we saw last time they had to do it 4 tries to finally get that tight end hot pass.
I don't think we're going to see any tight end hot passes.
I would hope that Winfrey would just lean across the goal line so he didn't have to hand it off.
Oh, you saw the hand on the keister right there. He's saying I'm going right. Well, maybe not.
That's going to be a
That's
score.
what it looked like.
Martinez keeps his
feet.
He
gets the touchdown.
I
wanted to see Woods. Nice job, Martinez.
Woods is over here by the bench, by the barbecue sign.
I'm sure. I'm sure Woods would have happily left his barbecue spot to go right in that backfield.
So the 1-yard scamper by Martinez. This extra point pending will give us 35, Matt. And our running clock then.
As soon as we get the kickoff.
And it is going to be good. So 35 points. The difference is the Bruins 41 and Gallatin 6. Now, Matt, theoretically, well, let's take a look at the replay.
There we see the handoff, and Martinez just pops it around the edge. Great block, and he just basically walks in the end zone. Kind of half-hearted attempt at a tackle, but not going to stop the young man. And they're going to go up by 35.
Well, Matt, I was going to say that before the replay came on that. theoretically the Brentwood defense has really still scored a shutout.
They have, no doubt.
And
it was, it almost looked like the ball just kind of came right out of his hand.
Maybe
it wasn't even a fumble. It didn't,
the old
Gallatin didn't cause that.
Right.
But they certainly took advantage of it.
So really still the defense gave up a late touchdown to a Hunter's Lane team after being up like 40-0, and then gave up a quick touchdown to Independence in the first quarter, and that's pretty much been it. So get some fresh faces in on this kickoff.
Albert's kick sails into the end zone for a touchback. That kickoff, once again, sponsored by our game sponsor, Clearwater Pools, located in the Kroger Shopping Center.
And it's funny, Matt, you see the guys that usually are the 2s and the 3s, how they start, when they see the scoreboard like this, they start inching up closer to the coaching staff.
Can I get in?
And so now the opportunity for some of the younger Bruins to get in this game. We'll see if Gallatin can escape without turning it over. They've had like maybe a minute of offensive time in this whole second half.
Yeah, I mean, they're so out of sync right now, it's not even funny. The fact that they haven't been in there. And they're not going to be in here long with this clock running like it is. Well, we have an interesting score here in the district right now. Franklin up 17-9 on Smyrna.
Well,
didn't see that coming.
Well, you think Smyrna, the powerful, they actually are, I believe they're 1-4 this year.
Yeah, they played some really good teams, though. They played some really good teams. When you think of that, 1-4 is deceiving. And Franklin was down most of the game. Got a safety, put them up by 1, and then another score. And I think, not being rude, but I think Franklin's taking whatever they can get. They're such a young team, got a new head coach. I mean, they got to be excited.
So 3rd and 4 with a minute and 9 seconds and counting. And now what's the matter? Going back and just the.
I think he's lucky he didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I think he's very lucky he didn't catch that. Double nickel was, that's 52, excuse me. He was barreling down, and he was looking to lay some wood there.
Well, Matt, the clock is going to run here as the Bruins are going to pick up win number 6, go 6-0 for the season. Still lead as the district leader, and the Bruins are going to head to the house winners. And Gallatin, it's just a whole different story compared to last year where the Green Wave picked up a 31-24 win.
That's not the case tonight.
No. High expectations for the Bruins, and they have lived up to the hype in the second half. Matt, the first half, not typical.
No, it was not what we expected at all.
How about a big hand for our
we thought
cheerleading staff, the strongest, most push-up doingest
we thought we were going to see Brentwood come out here and just kind of run all over them. Gallatin's defense really stood tall, bowed their back that whole first half, but Brentwood was just too much, overpowered them in the second half. Ran at will and just ran time off the clock. Didn't give Gallatin's offense any time here to make anything happen.
So 15 seconds. Gallatin is going to have to punt, and I'm sure Coach Pemberton is probably going to tell the Bruins here to fair catch it if it does come clean. And whoo! Actually, a nice job by the punter to pick that up.
27, Jake Driver is deep.
And they're going to. The clock is going to continue to run, and that will be the last play as the homecoming win for the Bruins is going to come to a close. Coach Pemberton still undefeated as coach, here at Brentwood High School, 6-0. And your final score from Brentwood is the Bruins 41 and the Gallatin Green Wave 6. And for Paul Brees, Matt Hill, Jacob Tyler, Ben Houston, Creed, and Ricky. We will see you guys next week back here at Brentwood High as the Centennial Cougars come to town and a much-needed win. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.